Yo, what's up everybody? Logistic here, making another Rocket League tutorial because in the previous tutorial I said that if some of you guys want to see an air roll tutorial, let me know in the comments, and you guys did, and today I'm delivering it. So let's get into the video. Okay, so before we jump right in, I need to tell you guys something real quick, right? Obviously, I'm not a GC and I'm not an SSL. Or any high rank for that matter. I'm just a diamond. So why should you listen to me? It's because you could relate to me on a more personal level. Most people that are trying to learn this are also lower ranks like platinum, gold, or diamond. And so I feel like because of that, we can relate on a more personal level as compared to someone who's really high up, really good already. And that's the reason why I feel like maybe you can apply some of my advice, because I'll not exactly be telling you what to do, but what I have done and what you can apply to also improve, you know, because I have been through it. I've been through the struggle of trying to learn air roll for weeks and multiple hours a day and not being able to do so, and then finally learning it. And so that's why I think that my advice will be really helpful to you guys. And another thing I wanted to say was, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm on the grind to 10k. I've been making YouTube videos for years now, and I'm not growing at a very fast rate. I'm still growing, and I'm happy. I'm happy for every support I get from every single one of you guys. But honestly, please subscribe if you haven't already, and also hit the like button if this is helpful. Share it with your friends. It really means a lot. But without further ado, let's jump in. So how I'm going to make this video is I'm going to first start off with exactly how air roll works, like how air roll left and right works, and then I'm going to teach you guys how you can actually improve it, how you can exactly practice it basically. I'm a keyboard and mouse player, but I'll be explaining as well for controller players, alright? And I'll also be linking some videos in the description that if you are a controller player, I really highly suggest you watch the videos that are in the description. They're not my videos, but they've helped me a lot. I'm just gonna jump into free play to show you guys exactly how I do this. And if you are a keyboard and mouse player, this is gonna be really good because so this is obviously a keyboard and mouse overlay, so you guys can see exactly what buttons I'm pressing. If I go up to air roll, as you can see, I'm looking at my other monitor, as you can see, I'm air rolling. You guys can see what buttons I'm pressing. Let's start off with the absolute basics. Let's say you don't know anything about air rolling. Like, you know nothing. Maybe you can only do this. You can't do air roll left, but maybe you can just do the regular air roll, the pirouette. I think that's what they call it, where you just just do that spin there. Like, I haven't done this in a long time, but it's just the one where you just go sideways. You don't press air roll left or right. You just spin in one direction. Maybe you know how to do this, or maybe you don't even know how to do this. If you don't, start off with this. This is called, I think, the pirouette spin or something. All you do is just press one direction, either arrow left or right, and just try and stay up as much as you can with this. Try to go from one goal to the other. This is the absolute basics of air rolling. You just try to do this and then just try to keep yourself in, you know. For keyboard and mouse players, obviously, I'm using Q for air roll left, and then as you can see, I'm adjusting with S and D, and this adjusting part is what people have the most trouble with. It's very difficult, it's very hard to learn and to explain. This is why most of the videos I have seen, people are really bad at explaining it, and it's not because they're bad at explaining, it's because it's really hard to explain. It's not something you can explain, it's something that you just learn naturally. As annoying as it is to hear that, as much as I was getting pissed to hear that before from other YouTubers, it really is the truth. Like, all this adjusting, you kind of just have to go up in the air and just experiment yourself for hours and hours and hours on ends, and then only you can finally learn this. Of course, I'm not just gonna leave you hanging like that. I will be telling you guys later on how you can improve it, but let's continue with a bit more of the explanations. You see, because I'm using air roll left, you can use air roll right. Because I'm using air roll left, the only other buttons that I really need to press is S and D. So if you're a controller player, right, let's say you're using air roll left, the only way you'll need to move your controller, like your joystick of, like your turning joystick, is the opposite of top left. So this is a controller. I'm not a controller player, but I have a controller, right? So you're probably gonna play it like this, right? Holding your controller. This is the one you used to. Oh no, my so my camera is mirrored, but this is actually my left hand, not my right hand. So what I want you guys to do is just pull this one this direction. This is opposite of top left, right? This is bottom right, because if you're doing arrow left, you pretty much only need to worry about the right side. You don't have to worry about adjusting it to the left side, if that makes sense. And if you're doing arrow right, which you don't really have to do. You can only just have to choose one, either left or right. Let's say if you did choose right, then you only have to move this to the left side. So if that doesn't make sense, just take a look at my keyboard layout, and this will make sense for both keyboard and controller players. As you can see, so I'm pressing Q. This is my arrow left. Now when I'm on the air, the only two buttons that I'm really gonna have to press is S and D, because they're opposite of the top left, right? They're the bottom right. These are the two buttons that I'm mainly gonna have to press in the air to adjust myself up in the air. And I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna go up in the air, and as you can see, the only two buttons that I really need to press are these. Sometimes I will press W, but for the most part, it's literally just those two buttons that I have to press, right? You see? Look. S and D, S and D, S and D, and I'm just doing arrow left pretty much the whole way, just pressing S and D. And on controller, that will just be your bottom right, or your bottom right, or your right, or your bottom, or a bit to the top right. You know what I mean is, it's just gonna be on the right side. You're never gonna have to move your joystick to the left side. Pretty much never. Sometimes, maybe, sometimes, but for the most part, not really. When I finally understood that concept, that was what really helped me the most, is that you don't really need to move, you don't need to press so many buttons, you know? Like, if you're doing arrow left, all you really need to do is press S and D, or if you're on a controller, just keep it to the right side and try to adjust it. And for the actual adjusting part, that really can't be explained. It's something you have to just learn on your own by just doing it for hours and hours and hours, and eventually it will just click. That happened to me, that happened to everyone else, and it takes a long time. You have to be very, 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 very patient. I used to think, you know, there was no way I'm gonna learn this. I used to do it for hours and hours, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do this. I can't do this. I'm so bad at this, I'm not gonna be able to do this. But I learned it. I'm able to do it, and if I could do it, then so can you. I was able to learn this by the time I had like 200 or 250 hours, which is not even that much. Like, think about people that have like 2,000 and 3,000. You don't have to spend that much time. You can learn it with 100 hours of practice, and it sounds like a lot, and it is, but that's the kind of time you're gonna have to be putting in to actually get good at things in Rocket League, right? So the main part of actually learning to air roll is first just understanding how it works. And then two, you really need to put in the time and practice before you can actually be good at it. Earlier, I told you guys about the pirouette, which is just, you know, you just spin in this direction, you don't press any other buttons. Another thing that you guys can try to learn after that is a tornado spin. So a tornado spin is where you press a certain arrow roll, either left or right, and you move your joystick, or if you're on keyboard, you press on your keyboard the direction opposite to the arrow roll that you're doing. So for instance, if I am doing, see, I'm just pressing Q and D because they're opposites. You see, they're opposite to each other, and this is a tornado spin. This is something that you can try to learn before trying to, you know, adjust with the other things. And if I want to do it the other way, all I have to do is press, wait, let me just get up in the air. Yep, see, this is now the other way. I'm just pressing E and A. If you're on a controller, you can pretty much assume what this really means. If you're on arrow left, just move it the other way of arrow left, you know, like bottom right. And if you're on arrow right, just move it to the bottom left. That's what a tornado spin is. And essentially what directional air roll is in the air is doing a tornado spin while also adding some micro adjustments. That's kind of what it is, like the theoretical aspect. Even if you know all of this, it doesn't guarantee that you'll be able to do it. Like I said, it takes a long time. How exactly should you practice this? That is what I'm going to be getting into right now. Obviously, I was in free play just now, and you can just use free play if you want to, but another thing that I would suggest that will help you out so much, it will help you out so much. If you have not done this, like, you have to do this right now, is workshop maps. This is both in Steam and in Epic Games. It's a little bit harder for Epic Games because you have to do a bit more things to get it, but there's videos of people teaching how to get workshop maps in Epic Games, so just search that up on YouTube and you'll find some videos. But you want to be playing workshop maps for ring maps. There's like Rings 3, Rings 2, Lethamir's Giant Rings map. I've gone over this in my air dribble video, but these are so helpful. They help you so much to get better in the air. Today, I'll get into Lethamir's Giant Ring map because the other two I've already checked out in the previous video, in the air dribble video, which if you haven't watched, you can click that card right there or check the link in the description. I apologize if it sounds like I'm saying a lot of the same things, but really there is not that much to air roll. It's a very simple concept that seems so complex to new players because of how hard it is to learn. It's such a simple thing, but it's so hard to learn, and that's why there's so many tutorials out there on YouTube. It's because so many people searching. But anyways, we're in the rings map now, and I want to teach you guys how you should be using this rings map. If you just want to improve your aerial control, right, not your air roll, just your aerial control, then the way you want to be doing this is maybe just, you know, just like this. You don't want to add any air rolls to it. You kind of just want to drive around like this, okay? But I know you guys don't want that. I know you guys want to improve your air roll. So let's get back and I'll show you guys exactly what you can do to improve your air roll. And it has helped me out so much. So what you want to do when you're first starting off, right? You want to just never let go of your air roll and just continue going forward. This is going to be so hard. This is going to be so hard at the beginning. You're going to mess up. You're going to fall off so many times. But it's going to teach you a lot of things. Because for one, you're going to understand what you're doing wrong. Or you're going to at least see why you're messing up. That will eventually help you get better. You see, I almost messed up there, but I was able to recover. Because I have messed up like that before. And I know what I should be doing in order to avoid messing up again. So in order to get better at this, you have to be failing a lot. You have to make a lot of mistakes. You have to be really bad at it so that you can finally be good at it later on. That's the first way. Now the second way, well, not the second way, but another thing you should be doing is that instead of going through the center, you guys want to stick close to the edges. You want to stick close to the edge like that. And this is going to be very hard. It's going to require a lot of adjustment, but you want to stay close to the edge and then get through. You see, just like this, very, very close to the edge, very, very close to the edge, but you don't want to actually hit it. You see? And maybe I'm making it look easy, but it's hard and it takes a lot of practice. I know it because I've been there and it's not easy. So one tip that really, really helped me was that, let's say you're on the right side of the ring. What you need to be doing is this move right here. You guys saw that? You guys saw that? Watch this carefully again. Oops. That move right there. See, I'm gonna do it again for this one here. See, right there, right there. I'm gonna do it again. It's that move right there. That little spin, this spin here, that is what will help you to air roll from a bit to the right to the left. It will help you micro adjust your car to go a bit to the left. And all that really is on keyboard and mouse is pressing Q and D and then stopping it as soon as your car faces towards you. As soon as my car faces here, I'm gonna continue spinning, but I'm gonna let go of D. What this means on controller is you're gonna have to air roll, and let's say you're doing air roll left. You wanna hold air roll the whole way, but your joystick, when you're pulling it to the bottom right, you wanna let go of it the moment your car faces you or just about faces away from you. So like over here, you wanna let go of your joystick, but you wanna continue air rolling. So this way, see, it will continue doing that. See? Now, I don't think I'm doing a very good job at explaining the controller part, but I'm not a controller player, right? I'm a keyboard and mouse player. I apologize to all the controller players, but there's so many tutorials out there for you guys. I'll be linking some in the description, so please watch that. This is mostly for keyboard and mouse players. Got one last thing. On the right side, you also need to be able to do the same, but go the other direction. So like that. See? It's so hard to explain what it is because honestly, even I'm not sure what buttons I'm pressing sometimes, but you kind of just learn this, you know? And oh, of course, another very important thing is the feathering of the boost. You have to know exactly when to boost, when not to boost, whilst also pressing so many different buttons at once. And it's not easy for a human brain to understand all this instantly, right? It's a difficult concept. A better way to say it, it's a very simple concept that's rather hard to master. Okay, so one final thing that I just remembered is that if you're on PC, right, which obviously you need to be to get into the workshop maps, you can use Bakis mod, right? If you don't have Bakis mod, download it. It's free. Just go to their website. And what you can do with Bakis mod is you can slow down the game. So I can make it like 0.65, for example, and now everything is slowed down. It's so slow. I have time to see. I have time to move my car, control it much easier. I can see exactly what each button I press does, and this will be really helpful in the beginning. You're gonna understand your car so much more because every button you press, you're gonna see exactly what it's doing. which you may not be able to do in real time, but because it's slowed down, you can now really understand your car. So I suggest you try this, not just in the rings map, in free play, in custom training and other things. Just do this. But if you do it for too long and you switch back, you're gonna feel really fast. So don't do it for too long. But also, like you just saw, I almost messed up. And the good thing with slow motion is that it helps you recover from your mistakes. And then obviously you can then apply that to your actual, like, you know, once you actually go back to the regular mode, you can kind of apply everything you've learned in the slow motion. Oh Lord. You can kind of apply everything you've learned in the slow motion into your actual gameplay. And this will help you out a lot. So that was the last thing that I wanted to mention for this video. And honestly, this is something very difficult to explain. If it was not good, let me know, and when I become a better player at Rocket League, I'll make an updated tutorial for you guys. And I'll also, again, I will be linking some videos, or maybe one video in the description that will help you guys a lot related to air roll. It's from people that are a lot better than me at the game. So if my explanation was not good enough for you guys, I apologize. Check out those videos. They're not from me, but I think those will help you. And that's pretty much it. Everything after this point will just be me going around the map and just showing you guys an example of what it looks like to air roll around the rings map, so that you guys can watch the keyboard input and basically just see what I'm pressing, how I'm doing it, slow it down and watch for yourself. And yeah, that's it. If you don't want to see that, then hey, feel free to leave the video now. It's been a pretty long video. I'll try to edit it, make it short, but honestly I tried to make a complete guide. Didn't turn out so well. Maybe it did, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button, subscribe, and yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out. that's pretty much it. If you stuck till the end, thank you so much. I think that was a good enough example. As you can see, I'm not the best yet. It's pretty hard. I'm also trying to get better. But hey, I've at least understood the basics and I know how to kind of adjust my car in the air. When I get better, I'll make another tutorial. But that's it for now. It's been your boy, Logistic. Peace out.